How's it going? We're making legs. Don't you love technical issues? Well, how's it going? Let's make this boy. I'm going to start off with the 2 feet pieces here. Screw cutter. One foot. This foot, let's get the same leg. These will be parts numbered 52, 76. So, how's your guys' day going? This isn't going to be too quiet a cut. I've been recently back from school, which is fun. What did we cover in the last video I did? The last video, from time point of view, what did I think? Oh, that was the we were assembling renegades. That was fun. Now, the renegade assembly went fairly well. Brought one in to show off at a Only War group that I have. Worked well enough, the guy said. That was a complete meanie, let's say, and he accepted. So that's pretty much as good as getting 100% in his class. Yeah, I play a little Only War. The GM made a homebrew faction. Actually, it was pretty cool. I feel like I wanted to make this because every how to put together thing that I found was very, let's say, not. It seemed unfinished. Every single one I watched, at least. It seemed like, oh, just cut these pieces out and put them together. Skip, cut. Now, I mean, I know I'm going to get not a lot of flack, but some flack for this because I'm going to get somebody telling me like, oh, Duncan did one of these and he's infinitely better than you. Kill yourself. Well, I mean, you're not wrong. He's better than me. But at that same point, I do feel like I'd like to make what I'd like to make, I'm just cutting out everything for this knee over here. Moving on like a bomb. Sing along with my burn. Don't forget me. For the legs, it's fairly easy. So if you can see this, I'm pretty much clearing out all this entire left half here. You guys, it's left, I hope. This half here. I still need to cut out this piece, these guys, hot boys. This is on the upper leg. This is the heavy greave they have at the bottom of their leg. I have a knight right down here for comparison. He's actually a Chaos Knight. I'm going to pull him up here for you guys. That I use. That I actually put together and stuffing. Hot boy looking guy. Little cornet, got some things coming out of his hips. Put him back over here. What? Hello, Mike. Hello, people. So, what do we have? Great question. Not everything. Still need to cut out these couple parts. Bada bing. Bop. Bada. Boop. Now, a couple of these pieces on this last night, I had the whole, you have it right here, and you go click, and you hear like a ping on the other side of the room. You're just like, well, it's lost to the ether. I've had that happen quite a few times to me, and a fair amount of pieces on this guy actually got lost to the Imperium. I'm gonna try to not let that happen this time. I'm not as lucid as I was in my last video, because my last video was filmed at 1:30 in the morning, I believe that's when it went up. Yeah, and this video is right after a little bit of schooling, so nothing too crazy should be impeding me, but I guess we'll see what happens. There we are. There we are. Here we are. I just got to get, well, these are the hips. This is the head. It's another piston that goes with the legs. We only got to get hip piece, actual hips out, upper to hips, and big greave. By the end of making any knight, as far as I know, because after making this guy, you use every single piece. Well, I mean, that's a lie, actually. You do have some optional pieces, like your 129s. There's like 6 of them. More than 6 of them. There's a lot of them. But pretty much everything on here is going to be, this isn't going to be one of your like, oh, I should keep this around for like kit bashing and stuff sprue. This is a hard hat on, goes to work sprue. This is what gets it done. This is how like hell would be if Games Workshop ran it and you weren't allowed to kit bash. Yeah, you had to buy another product. Which wouldn't be any fun now, would it? Alrighty. Pieces. I was recently thinking to myself, a would you rather, if you would, you rather, yeah, I get it now. Anyways, a would you rather of Mortal Kombat with great beasts, and it's sort of sprang from the idea of like, should I be allowed thing that I couldn't kill with my bare hands? It's a weird question, but I like to think about it just to be like, should I really be allowed to, if I wanted to pay to eat like a crocodile? Like honestly, like you're not gonna be like, oh, I definitely could have wrangled a crocodile, well, naked, not like with like guns or technology. Animal versus animal. Could you take out that kind of beast? Probably not. Now, so what's off the table if that's that? I'm a pretty big guy for you. Um, let's say I'm 6'4", 250. I'm above that. I'm an upper echelon sized human being. I'm no fast, but I'm a big guy. Now I'm also fairly muscular. Now we put into that. I'm just cleaning up these, by the way, just all the little extra bits from your sprue cutter that your sprue cutter missed. You got to go back and clean them all up. I like to do it while they're in part by part. Just makes it easier. With a lot of animals, at some point, an organic being gets big enough to practically be immortal. How in the hell do you, a human being, fight and kill something that's over 600 pounds? Let me ask you that. A tiger? Yeah, you could probably get a tiger. If it's a small tiger and like punches hurt it, or you could bite through its flesh, you're fine. There's a possibility. There's a universe in which you win that. But for something like an outlet, punch a fucking gorilla and come back to me and say that you survived the endeavor. Kids, by the way, don't cut like me. I've just established this over the couple years I've been doing the hobby. I've lost more blood to this than a slaughter priest. Some animals are just too big to. Some animals are too big. Period. Some animals, if we saw some animals that are on Earth right now that we know came to Earth from like a spaceship, and they started like killing people, you're fully aware that in like a quarter of a second, the entire like world military would be like, "Yep, we got to kill these things. They're out of here." But just because they grew up on Earth with us, that makes them like fine. I don't know. I'm being completely facetious. This is all a joke, by the way. I'm not instigating, we should kill all animals or anything like, or all animals that are scary. But back to the original piece here. Fist fighting animals that you are allowed to eat. So for most of you out there, and for me, anything larger than 600 pounds initially is off the table. No bear, no big elk, no venison, unless the venison's like small. And then we get to the largely hotly contested one, red meat and or beef. How do you kill a cow? Huh? How? You tell what? Come to me and tell me how you kill a cow with your bare hands. What do? You punch it? You go punch a cow and come back and tell me how you feel, not how man feels as a human being. Because I assure you, it's not good. What do cows do? Huh? They sit there. They eat. They blink sometimes. They sleep standing up. They don't do anything. And you're going to just pop out of the tall grass, clad in as much as the day God made you, and punch it? I doubt it. Bad for punching a cow. When I was younger, I wanted to hug a cow, actually. It's a real line. You can quote me on that. When I become big and YouTube famous, should You know, how many people care about uncut makings of Imperial Nights leg episodes? It's crazy. That's what my cousin Donnie said. He's an economist. You can trust him whenever. Yeah, cows would be off the table if you had to beat everything that you had to eat. Not happening. Bovine. Most bovines are just too large. Then we got then for me at least, I think that I'd be better endowed is a weird word, but better endowed when it comes to consumption possibilities. Per instance, I think that I, as a human being, naked, could take down a pig. No like giant war hog or anything like that, but like just a pig. I think that I could kill a pig, and I'm not sure how many people could do that. Probably a couple. It's not going to be like, it's not some great that I believed, but you know, I think that puts me above some people. So I think that pork's on the table for me. Then it just gets easier from there. Chicken, come on, you can accidentally kill a chicken. You could fall on a chicken and kill it. You could be walking too fast in a field of chickens and kill one. Good. That's good. I'm making a pile, by the way, in case you can't tell, of stuff I haven't cut, stuff I have cut. Just in case you want to get a little bit of a closer look at that. Stuff I have cut, stuff I haven't cut. Yeah. Whenever I start to get some comments on these videos and start to be able to hold some conversation, that'll be the freaking day, man. You know that? That'll be the day. That'll be fun. I've always wondered how do you get YouTube big? You ever think of that? Like, oh, like Jacksepticeye. I used to watch Jack. Oh, hey, he's a freaking nerd. Guess how old this guy is? His favorite YouTuber is Jacksepticeye. It's not Jacksepticeye. I dislike him right now, and I have for the past year and a half. Yeah, I was one of the first watchers of him. I was one of his first 600 subscribers. I've unsubscribed from him since. I don't like what he's doing with his work yet. I liked him initially. Back during this Cry of Fear series, I was the person who told him that reloading uses an entire magazine instead of just how many bullets you have, like newer games. So, for instance, if you reloaded on one shot or reloaded on 19 shots in a 20-shot mag, they would both use one mag and you wouldn't get the bullets back. And he didn't know that, and he was like, "Oh, thank you." It was under a different name. You might be able to link me to that later, but it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. But how do you get that big? How do some people? Is it like an algorithm? Are you just beating YouTube's algorithm? A possibility, indeed. Is it just statistically X amount of people watch you in the beginning, you reach a certain escape velocity, and you just get good? Because you and I both know that it's not like, you know, skill has anything to do with it. Like, I'll play a little bit of a laugh track in the background, but you're telling me that Spider-Man, Elsa, pregnant, trips, their hospital incident, Disney is like what people actively are like, you know what? I want to look for that today. That's what I want my kid to grow up with, is Elsa baby Spider-Man pregnant silent films. I'm mad at them. Little or no effort put into them. They just beat the system. Why not make them? Honestly, when you start to think about it, it's like these people make. I'm educated guess. I'm not 100% sales for YouTube. These people make, let's say, heck, $5,000 a month off of these videos. It isn't too uncanny. You start making money after 100,000 views on YouTube. For those of you that didn't know that, yeah. At least me making music. But after that, it starts to go up fairly fast. And once you get to like, the multi-millions range, you're starting to make some real bank, some real revenue off this because a lot of ads are willing to be aired. A lot of people are seeing, oh, Nissan's right for you. I do not in any way condone Nissan. A Nissan's right for you. But, people see it. You get the opportunity to inlay, to a car crash. The car will be bad, but my kid will be okay. And maybe you're putting that on like a cooking channel. There's all reasons. And there's reasons you get paid. Everybody's got to pay for something for somebody. Nothing's free in this world. Here we go. We're hitting rant velocity. Nothing's free in this world. Remember that. If there's one thing that some random stranger putting together some plastic pieces, a house thousands of miles away from you can say, it's remember, nothing's free. Tan Staffel. There ain't no such thing as a free lunch. Learn that in economics. The idea that even though you get something free, somebody had to pay for it somewhere along the line. So what does that mean? That means I get free shirts for working at my place of work, pool supply store. And the shirt says pool supply store on the side there. And I got it for free. I don't got to pay. If I lose a shirt, I can get my shirts for free. But that shirt obviously isn't truly free because who is getting the cotton for it? Who's getting the dye? Who's making the shirt? Who's stitching the shirt? Who's folding the shirt, putting it into a cargo container and shipping the shirt across the United States or to China or to Japan or UK? Somebody's paying something. Somebody's paying somebody. Nothing's free. Now, then we get into the question of like, who's paying for that and how much is really free in this world. And you start to realize that everything you've ever gotten for free, every little tidbit, the shirt that has a certain logo on it, everything had to be paid for by somebody at some time. That's weird because you don't usually think of it like that. We're going to start putting these together, by the way. If I could just find my... I'm going to be using liquid crazy glue. There you go, crazy glue. Start the top off. Okey-dokey. So, foot piece and 4-hole thing. You flip it so that the little prongs facing down. You put glue in each one of the 4 holes on the feet. Bang, 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 bang. Hold it up. Bang, 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 bang. Flip it over. Orient it whatever way you want to orient it. Pour it on down. Secure. Okay, there we go. We're Gucci. First step of the first foot. Second step, you're going to grab leg And other, you're going to put them, dry fit them together and make sure they are the right, sides. Okay, yeah, we're good. A little bit of a nick in mine because I screwed up when I was shaving it off, but I can fix that with some Tamaya putty, green stuff, liquid. I haven't recommended the liquid green stuff, but it can work. We're fine. We're fine. Put this together. There are little nubs and divots in each leg where you'll see where they're going to go together. And I like to put just a little bit of glue in those. Oh, got a little bit on myself. That happens. So, a little bit of the glue in those, a little bit on the flat parts, on the divots, on the flat parts, divots, flat, flat, flats, flats. We're good. And a little more there. We're good. Now we dry fit it. Well, now it's going to be a hard fit together. Bang, bang. Nice. Nice. So this, as you can see by the slant of the foot down there, is going to be the foot that's going like cha. There you go. And it's going to be it. It's going to be leaning at an angle like that. So this is the equivalent of this leg on this Imperial knight. There you go. That's the same leg right there. So now we're going to add in the other little pistons that go from here to here. Put this guy in. So right on the nub and right in the middle. That's all you need. This one is larger for a reason. This hole back here is larger. One's bigger than the other. You put the big one in the big hole. Who would have guessed? I shouldn't say who would have guessed. That actually screwed me up the first time I was building this guy. I didn't know that there's a difference in the hole sizes. Yeah. Alrighty. So you want to fit in that piece there. So we're starting to get those pistons all the way around the side. We're going to get the last piston in now. Okay. I'm going to fit this in right there. So again, a little bit of glue on the bottom here. I like to put a little bit of glue on the little contacts just to make it, I just like the feel of it. I know it really doesn't do too much. Put that in. Slot it on. Slot it on. Firmly grasp it. There we go. Now we have that whole leg complete. What do you know? Now we're going to try to put on some of the armor plating. No, we're going to leave the armor plating for now. Bad thing I did with this guy, I did not leave off the armor plating. Everything on here was fully put on, then I painted him. I'm going to do it differently this time. We're going to actually make the skeleton for this guy first. That's it. So, face, we're going to do a little bit more cutting and start to make the hips. back of hips. Second part of hips. The freaking connector for the top and bottom half of the roboto. Of course, I drop it. Okie dokie. I'm going to cut out the legs right now, all the rest of the leg. See where we're at after that. Simple cuts. Almost done. The tin of the leg, excuse me. And this guy, we're just going to do a quick dry fit. We're going to call it a day after that one. Bada bam. Bada bam. Alrighty. I think that should be just about it. If there's any more, I can cut it out. Here's our first leg. Quick shave of any contact points or places that would be hard to get to. Sorry, the banter's weak today. If you are still watching, that is. Always love the panel nights. Dry fit works as needed. Put some light on there. And we're done. There's our hip. The hip bone's connected to the leg bone. Nice. Nice. Connecting the hip bone to the leg bone. And taking shape. Taking shape. The reason I'm not shaving these is because for these legs at least, both of the places you need to shave kind of come together. And I'm also trying to save on time for this episode. So as you can see, there's some little places here where the plastic comes up. After the glue dries, or you remove it by hand, what have you, you can just take your X-Acto knife, just a little bam, get it done. Wipe off any excess, hopefully salvage the edge of your blade. All right. Okay. And then for these feet again, it's these 4 holes match up with these 4 rods. A little bit in each of the holes. Alrighty. I'm going to cut off these nubs. It's the main contact points of these. So all right there. Again, if you're a youngin', you might want to look out because these are a little sharp. Alrighty. A little excess glue right here. It always seems to pop up, and I don't know why. So, all right, in the right place. In the right place. Put a little more on there, I guess. I'm just stingy and I'm saving glue right now. So, if you don't have to do this, don't do like that. Well, not a waste of an X-Acto knife. The X-Acto knife's already on its last legs. But this use of an X-Acto knife, I mean, having a multi-tool is pretty cool. Why not have it be what every tool wishes to be, and that's every tool? Why can't every tool be in every tool? Hmm? You know, let this tool not be what it wants to be in this world? It should be a crime. This tool grow up to be what it wants to be. We can make a political party out of that. Alrighty. As you can see, these legs are almost done. I'm just going to glue on in right here. And actually, let's put these pistons in first. Long piston. Eek. Maybe not just splash super glue all over myself. I'll care about that later. Come back in here. Nice. And then the final short piston. Where did I put it? Here it is. Cut, and glue. And we're going to fit that together, and we'll see how we're looking after that. Okay. Looking like we're all connected there. Still a little glue job on the side. Alrighty. There them legs be. What else can we do? What else do we want to do? These hot boys. Hot boys too small. Alrighty. These are the legs done. Should be here. We're on our way. That's all I can say. We're on our way. It's gonna hopefully get a little better. Hopefully some people can call me out on what I'm doing and what I'm not doing. Yeah. Keep it cool out there and stay salty. Daka daka.